Welcome, everyone. My name is Ruben Lael. I'm a singer-songwriter right here from the heart of Dallas, Texas. I mix old school jazz, R&B, and contemporary pop influences. And when I'm not on the stage, I have the honor of serving as the second vice president for 24 Hour Dallas. And we're an organization that advocates for nighttime professionals between 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. This is the first in a series of virtual programming where we are launching throughout this year to talk about Dallas nightlife. The first perspective we want to hear is to tap into none other than our local DJs. So we're excited to have with us tonight Mr. M. Knight, Ms. Fab Roc, and Mr. Rafael Tamayo. All right. Now, these are some Dallas fan favorites, and we're going to have a pretty cool conversation and talking about what you all see and what you feel we can do to make the nighttime experience here in Dallas one that we all love and enjoy. So thank you for being with us today. Just real quick, rapid fire. Y'all open to that? Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure,
Okay, cool. All right. So on a scale to 1 to 5, how is Dallas nightlife? What would you describe it? Do you give it a 5? It's really good, or 1? We got some things to work on.
3.
3?
Yeah, 3.
3, okay.
I was going to say 4, but I initially thinking 3 before just because I love Dallas so much. And I'm like, I'm always the idealist hopeful.
Sweet.
So,
So
yeah.
that gives us like a 3-point.
You rounded up.
Five,
You
right?
rounded
Yeah, I
up.
was like 3.5, yeah.
Sweet. Okay. So how many gigs out of the month do you have? So 4, 5.
It depends on the season for me. But yeah, let's say 4 or 5.
Okay.
Per month?
Per month.
Let's say 5 to 10,
Nice.
depending
Okay.
on the month.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You said gigs per month?
Per month.
At least 8 to 10?
Okay. Nice.
I'm on the lowest. I had maybe 1 or 2. This
1 or
month.
2.
And again, it's like.
It really
one-
depends.
Yeah, it really does depend.
Okay. What's the best season? Is it summertime, springtime, wintertime, New Year's?
For me, it's summer and fall.
Okay.
Spring's a little weird because of the rain and people will say they're coming, but if it rains, they're staying home. And winter, it's just winter.
Yeah. I'd say summertime is pool party season, so
Yeah.
all the hotels are throwing
Yeah.
pool parties, so that's busy time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Apartment pool parties.
I was really busy from like January to March this year for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, so it really is super
Birthdays
random.
or just-
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone goes out in Dallas every single day.
True
That's
statement.
true.
True statement. Tell me a couple more things. Genres that you like to listen to. You know, I'm a singer that likes to listen to singers sing, so I'm sure DJs like to listen to other DJs. So
I'll start.
Mhm.
I listen to a lot of progressive house, techno, tech house, EDM, a lot of subgenres of EDM, but I listen to a lot of progressive house and techno.
I'm all over the place, and it'll be like cyclical. Like if in the fall I'm feeling sad, or I'm doing some shoegaze mixes from DJs I've never heard of on the other side of the planet. That's cool, but my heart always brings me back to how I got into music when I was in elementary school. So always go back to old school OG hip hop. True school stuff.
okay, sweet.
Same with the hip hop. So hip hop, indie soul, indie folk, electronica, soul house, and a lot of old school because pretty much everything's sample based. I love samples.
For me, literally everything that y'all said, but I just can't get into country. I just
Ditto. I
literally, it's just not for me.
Not even Willie or Reba?
Literally,
Come on now.
I literally will listen to Slipknot, and I just can't get into country.
It's okay. It's a safe space.
I have 5 country tracks in all of my library just in case
Are they
someone
remixes?
makes a request.
Okay.
Good. So let's flip that same question on its head. What is your number one genre that you like to play? Go this way. We go backwards.
In Dallas.
In Dallas, yeah, specifically in
Okay,
Dallas.
because like for me
Yeah,
is a
'cause
different
we're weird.
answer than for others.
Okay.
But for others, I think I don't know. I guess like in the neo soul bag, and not like necessarily like R&B, but like really like in the deep cuts
Okay.
of that. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm with that.
True school hip hop and soul.
Mm.
Okay.
True school hip hop. Yeah.
I'm the outcast here. I'm going with tech house and techno.
Mm.
Some UK garage.
Nice.
Some breaks.
I need to
Love
come
that.
to
Throw it
your
in.
party.
Love that. And last rapid fire question. Cool places to listen to DJs in Dallas.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
My favorite go-to is It'll Do.
Yep.
It's been around forever. My grandma said she went to It'll Do. It's good vibes, great people. You're there for the music.
Sweet.
Yeah, it'll do for sure. I think it's for some of us that have been here for a really long time, it's hard to find that vibe that kind of drew you to loving Dallas nightlife.
Yeah.
But it'll do for sure. Charlie's is really nice. When I do get out and some of the younger generation that's getting out, like at Tiny Victories or non-traditional spaces, that's what I think is really cool about what some of the younger DJs are doing. They're really fluent in seeing how deep their digital crate can go, and they're popping up at just these random places, and that's what I get excited about. I get excited about going to exhibition opening and the DJ's playing just a really dope mix, and I'm like, yo, who is this? Do I know them? And it's some kid who's a second-year college student getting down, so that's what I like.
I love that.
Me? It'll Do was on my list. Double D's, Lady Love. Those are my top 3 for DJs.
I was going to have to say, I just got to agree with all y'all. So, yeah, It'll Do. I agree with Double D's. I agree with Lady Love because they're letting so many different genres of music be played at different nights. Now, yeah.
Go ahead, speak, brother.
A lot of the DJs are selectors, if you know what that means. They are selectors. I won't say they have certain other skills down to a science, but you will hear a great selection of different genres of music every night there. So I give them kudos.
Love that. Y'all made me think of one more rapid fire question. Places that we wish we still had in Dallas. We've gone through a whole pandemic, and that really affected the nighttime economy and the entertainment industry here in Dallas, which is probably one of the best underground scenes that's underrated and unspoken of. So what are some places that we wish we still had?
I'll start. So I'm not from Dallas. I'm from Houston. Don't hold it against
Okay,
everyone.
we won't.
But I would say since I've been here for around 12 or 13 years, Lizard Lounge. That's OG spot. Lots of famous EDM artists came through there. I wish it's like my dream. I wish I could have gotten to play there. Yeah, rest in peace, Lizard Lounge.
I mean, there's a ton, but definitely, and I know M. Night mentioned earlier in the pre-recording conversation, Zoo Bar, and so there's like a string of spots, Zoo Bar, Crown and Harp, the Slip-In, the OG Bomb Factory, and some places that I don't even remember the names of, where some really dope hip-hop legends came. There was a venue out in Oak Cliff, Reciprocity, that had Dead Prez and Talib Kweli.
Whoa.
Anybody had them, and spots like that, for sure.
Number 1, Zubar, period.
Yeah.
But Mix, Slip-In, oddly enough, Royal Rack. There's so many, but yeah, rest in peace, Zubar.
Damn, I feel left out. I've only been here for 4 years. But they sound amazing. I'll throw in Clutch in there. Just because the venue itself was like an indoor-outdoor. It was very like, even though it got a little, it was, the venue itself had a lot of opportunity.
Love that. And thank y'all for sharing that with us, because it's important that not only do we look towards the future, but we reflect on where we've been and how we've progressed here in Dallas and the nightlife experience that we offer, which is really unique. I heard pretty much every genre, and I think I prefer a DJ to have an eclectic palette when it comes to music, and I think that's probably why y'all are probably the top faves of Dallas audiences here in the Metroplex. Rafael, I want to go to you. What has your experience been like working with the city of Dallas?
I'm really fortunate to be in the position that I'm in. So for those that don't know, I manage the Oak Cliff Cultural Center, which is a division of the City of Dallas's Office of Arts and Culture, and I've been there for 13 years. And born and raised in Dallas, I spent some time in San Antonio, Los Angeles, have family in Chicago. I've visited some places, stayed at some places for a while. I always come back home. But one of the things that I always try to reiterate to the people that I work with, both professionally, creatively, or within that circle that I'm involved in arts and culture, it's always, I see these cool things, or I get inspired by musicians, by arts and cultural things that I see abroad, or in places like even Houston. I want to really highlight and amplify what Dallas has going on. And so people always argue, and they're always saying things, you got to leave to be successful. Dallas doesn't have a signature sound. Right. And I'm like, Dallas has it going on. And I'm like one of the biggest champions for my city, because I'm like, if you don't like something here, work with the community that you have to create something. And I feel like that's what I've been doing. And there's been a lot of changes within the city this last 10 years. And I feel like now there's just so much talent, so much nightlife, so much culture. And so I've been able to leverage my position with the relationships that I built over the course of my lifetime. And it was funny when I got the invitation to be a part of this conversation, I was like, dang, it had me revisiting being in middle school. My brother, we were saving up our money to get some 1,200 techniques, and we still got crates of actual records. And I'm like, that doesn't happen anymore, right? But it was one of those experiences that it made you appreciate something so much. And so valuing that and being able to share that kind of feeling with the community that's growing and really making an impact within the culture of the city, I'm happy to be able to say, it's not always easy either. I'm happy to say that the city of Dallas has these ambassadors for what's been going on and to help get us to where we need to be.
And you're one of our top ambassadors, and we appreciate you for all
Oh,
the
thank you.
work.
Thank you for saying that.
I definitely have heard your name in several different spaces, and you are definitely one of the champions, not just for the nighttime economy, but just culture here in the city overall. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, gotta be a connector as much as a.
gotta be, and that's what the DJs are. Y'all are the connectors. Y'all are the ambassadors of culture, on so many levels. And Casie, I want to go to you. You actually went to DJ school.
I
so
did.
What was that like? Do we need more of that? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a phenomenal experience. So shout out to my homies at the DJ School Dallas. They're amazing. I went there 4.5 years ago. I actually won a contest. It was right before COVID. Yeah, I won a contest on Instagram to go to DJ school because I couldn't afford it at the time. And 2 weeks before COVID, we started, and then COVID happened and the shutdown happened. So no more being in the studio, but we did it all via Zoom. And nowadays they have this amazing space. It's just phenomenal how much they've grown in the last 4 years. And yeah, why not? The more the merrier. We can always use more opportunities. There's so many DJs, so many people approach me asking about the DJ school. So why not have more? And I know there's so many DJs out there that are aspiring DJs that want to learn. So I think it's great.
And tell me about just your transition. So the pandemic happened. You had to navigate learning the skill in that type of environment. How was that transition to actually getting into the industry and finding gigs and getting hired and creating this career?
Thank you. That's a great question. So I am one of those COVID DJs that came out of, but I live streamed every single Friday, and I really built a good network of people when I was live streaming. But aside from that, It'll Do was actually open during COVID. Shh, don't tell anyone, but they were. So I was there pretty much every weekend networking as much as I could, and anywhere that was open. The Green Elephant was also open for some of COVID. I was just like, put me on. I'm here. I love the music. Put me in. I'll play. I'll open or do whatever you need. I'll send you a mix. I really worked hard. I also watched a lot of YouTube, if I'm being totally honest. YouTube can be your best friend if you're a new DJ. Yeah, that's what I did. I networked my little butt off.
Beautiful. Okay, I hope DJs on the rise. I hope you heard that. That was a little educational tip for you. Let me go over to Fab. Fab, you said you are a new Dallasite in training.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Just throw that on you real quick.
Yeah.
So compare us to other cities. Where are you originally from? What other cities have you spread your wings?
Sure. So I'm from New York. I'm originally from New York. I started DJing in New York. I also went to DJ school. So definitely recommend. Yeah. And then, so at the time I was throwing parties, and I would use the parties I was throwing to like practice and open when nobody was there and get comfortable. And then, like you said, network, and that, excuse me, took me international. So I was able to like DJ like domestically, like Miami, LA and stuff like that. But then also like London, Tanzania, and a few other places. So that's like how that started. Dallas, I moved here during the pandemic, so it was like 2020. It's funny you said that It'll Do was open. It seems like the whole city was open by the time I got here.
Don't tell nobody. We were
Between Texas and Florida and Atlanta, it was looking real open compared to New York.
Oh, yes, that's true.
We were still like in line for groceries while y'all were having pool parties, so it's fine. But yeah, I have a lot of mixed feelings. I see so much potential. I really love Dallas. It has so much potential. Like, I had to go out of my way to find the music scene that resonated with me. because I think, especially like being of like the Black community, it's very easy to see the surface level of trap parties. And for me, I like more than that. So I had to like search, and then I didn't really know anybody when I moved here, so I had to do things by myself. And that's like really how I built my little community here. It's like very diverse and it's mixed. Not everybody likes the types. After this, I'm going to Isaiah Rashad concert by myself. But it's here, but you have to find it type of thing. It's not going to be like the first thing on somebody's list on Instagram or something like that. But I'm not mad at that. I love feeling like I'm in some underground, you know, music rave type of situation. When I found It'll Do, the first time I went there, I was by myself and I was like, these my people. Like I see the potential, and then I also see like if you look at it from a mainstream view or bird's eye view, it's the city we're in the South still, so it's like a little behind in the sense of like promoters run a lot of these venues.
Yes.
And that's weird to me because like normal, like regular people are not saying promoters aren't regular people, but like promoters are the ones running the parties and they're the ones on the flyers. And most of the time DJs aren't on the flyers. And I'm like, that's weird to me because the promoters want to be the stars. And I don't think the culture here, unless you're a music head, is follow the DJ. I feel like it is shifting since I've been here. So I don't know how y'all feel about that, but like in New York and LA, and even some parts of Atlanta, it's, oh, this DJ's playing, I'm gonna come out. And that's like how I operate as far as like when I want to go out. But the culture at large feels like it's like promoter heavy.
That's real. I can agree with that. I'll kick it to you, M. Night. Where does Dallas fit? You got a lot of
I ain't got
stamps on
no
your
bookings after
passport.
this podcast. I already know it.
Okay, where do I start? Can I start with a couple shout outs?
Yeah.
You went to DJ school. So you went to DJ school, which was run by Julio and Titan. Yes. Julio's a legend in the
They're the
city.
best.
Goes back, I know him, Slip In. If y'all don't know, J Clip has the Keep Spinning DJ Academy. Ja Bourne is there, produced for Erica, and Spinderella is one of their advocates. DJ Enzo's been in the city forever. He has Soundworks. If you need to learn to DJ, these are all good resources to learn to DJ.
Facts.
Now let's talk about some promoters.
Thank you for that.
All right. When I came up, and still to this day, there's a lot of things that are promoter driven because the promoters are smart enough to do all these RSVPs, get these names, get the email lists together, make the relationships with the clubs and everything else like that. But DJs need to realize that we are the ones building community. Yes, they're getting the email list. Yeah, they're throwing these wild parties, but when it comes down to it, it's our job to build community. We can throw our own events. I'm looking at everybody's table. I know everybody's throwing their own event at least once or twice. I know you have, Fab Roc, because I've watched you and I appreciate you building community. But as DJs, we need to build community. We need to throw our own events and do it that way. And I'm not saying cut the promoter out because the promoters do a great job at certain venues. But at other venues, if we just work with the club or bar or whatever directly, we make more money, they make more money, and you build a community of people that you want to see and that they want to see in the spot. I think that sometimes some of these promoter-driven things get overhyped, and that's where the problems come in. Not all the time, but sometimes it's a whole thing. And I've seen groups of promoters go in and out in the city, just like I've seen clubs and bars going out of the city. But the funny thing is that the DJs don't go anywhere. We're here. We're the ones building community. When one promoter or one club falls out, what do? You follow the DJ. That's what we need to do. And I think that Dallas as a city needs to start grasping, like we already know, yes, you follow the DJ. Promoters are great. Promoters can give you the extra club experience or the extra perks, but I think we need to build better partnerships altogether.
So it seems like we're already talking about the areas of improvement in this industry and what really Dallas can take on to really make the experience in the nighttime a lot better here in Dallas. So what are some other areas that we can improve on? What are some of the things that y'all might change if you could? There's some cities that have a nighttime mayor. So let's imagine you're the nighttime mayor. What would you change to promote a better nighttime experience here in our beautiful city of Dallas?
I would say giving more permits for late night spots. From my understanding, it's very difficult to attain an after hours permit. Nearly impossible from my understanding.
Yeah.
So that being said, the EDM world is very underground and a big part of its culture is late night, very late night. So that would definitely contribute to our culture in the EDM music world. That would be super, very greatly appreciated.
And when you say late night, like what you talking till 4?
Later.
Oh, okay.
After hours.
I'm
After
just-
the
yeah.
afters.
Okay. After
No, there are a few here that
Mhm.
do, and they have permits, but there's very few. And the city of Dallas makes it very hard to get those permits in general to end new up and coming afters. So, yeah.
I think that's probably why this particular conversation is so important. If more conversations like this happen and there's a dialogue created so that people can facilitate that communication between the infrastructure and the community, we realize that, oh, yeah, there's a benefit behind what this community represents for the city. It's not just people wanting to have fun. All of those things it's data, it's stats, it's economic impact. Once the city understands what a treasure we have in that and the pivoting to supporting that, you start to create this landscape and this ecosystem where everybody is starting to really elevate the culture of the city of Dallas. And I think what's really cool about what's happening now is it is really difficult to get a permit just across the board, but for nighttime, probably tenfold when it comes to level of difficulty. But I think when you see things like that happen, you also see a counter to that with I see parties and warehouses coming back, the We Are Dallas heads, the family and friends kids, Prodigy, all these younger DJs where I'm like, yo, they're like, cool, you're not going to let us play a venue or you're not going to give us a space to do our thing. We're going to throw our own parties. We're going to go find a venue, find a location and do it. And that's where I'm like, the spirit of creativity is not going to be stifled by a really cumbersome or difficult permitting process. And until the city realizes how much value there is there and someone is like, hey, we should probably talk to them to see how we can be supportive of it, we'll keep running into resistance.
I totally agree. There's too many buildings in the city that just sit open a lot of the year. They're just open. They're just empty. Look at Fair Park.
Yeah.
Let us just throw a party there once a quarter. That'd be awesome. That'd be nice. Something like that for the after-hour situation. I think for me, my issue right now, and I think it's one of the missions of 24-Hour Dallas from when you not understand, is safety. I don't DJ. I won't say areas. I don't DJ in certain areas of Dallas, or I don't want to. I don't like to because I don't want to have to carry my equipment back and forth to my car. When I started, you would go to the bar, the club or lounge. They had techniques there. Maybe I had to bring in a mixer, but most times they had equipment there. That doesn't exist anymore. Nobody has equipment anymore except for maybe Lady Love and 1 or 2 other spots. You have to bring all your own equipment.
Did the
And that is
Prophet
2 or
Bar
3
have
trips.
that?
No.
Random, okay.
No, I DJed at Prophet Bar. I had to bring my equipment every time. Same thing with Gypsy Tea Room. You had to bring it in every time. So
That was educational for me. I'm a singer, so we just come with the mic already set up.
You come with your mic?
The mic is here,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I'm saying? But
built
we don't,
in.
have to, we don't have to do much.
Okay. I
No.
was like, you're coming with the mic?
now you know for a fact, you would always see me walking like this.
I do. You're talking speakers and other pieces of equipment.
Text, trip 1. Then I got to go back and get either a speaker
And these venues
stand
only pay you
or my
$50
mixer.
an hour
Then
to
there's
do all
trip 2
that.
for everything else. So
There's like these rules that the Dallas DJs just learned which dolly is best, is most versatile when you're doing your gigs because you're going to carry, am I taking speakers? How many of these coffins? Which one is the best? I'm going to make 2 trips. I got to park over here. You never leave your equipment in the car overnight. That's understood.
No.
So it's all these things that kind of grew out of.
you don't
Dallas
leave your
Woods.
equipment in your car for more than 20 minutes. They know who the DJs are. They know what you drive. They will get your stuff.
Oh, my
So I have a funny story. If I could just throw it in.
Yeah, throw it in.
I was standing on the street in front of, what was it at the time? Weird name of a bar, but Swallow Lounge, okay? I was DJing. I went inside to get paid. I was talking to somebody outside. I said, hey, watch my turntable. By the time I came back outside, 5 minutes later, they were chatting, and they turned around. My turntable was gone. We looked at the cameras. This truck drove down the street. This guy jumped out, grabbed my turntable, jumped back in the truck, and drove off.
And he missed all that?
They missed it all.
Oh my God.
Was this what part of town was this in?
Deep Ellum.
Yeah,
I was about to ask, too.
Deep Ellum can do it too. You can get easily distracted, but yeah.
Yeah, but this
gotta
was
be
at 2.
careful.
This was at 2:30 in the morning. They shouldn't have been that distracted.
That's what I'm
Not
saying.
at all. Not that many people roaming around. We're talking about something that's very important to our organization. I think just the entire conversation, and that's safety. What do we need to do in Dallas? Because of course that's probably the biggest hurdle and the strongest hurdle. You know, have you ever seen somebody run a race and just get beat up by that hurdle. Safety is that hurdle for the nighttime economy. So what answers might you all have that we can suggest and recommend to how we make nighttime experiences more safe? Because if you're apprehensive about the equipment, I'm thinking about the customer, the audience member, the person paying at the door, right? How do we make them feel that this is an advantageous opportunity where they're going to be safe, they're going to be able to have a good time, and really just let their hair down?
I had this one real funny idea. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie to you. I wish they had really bright lights in Deep Ellum and other areas, and I wish they would just turn these really bright lights on at 2 a.m. Almost, you know how they kick you out the club?
Yeah.
Turn the lights up. Just make it really bright.
Because at
Just
church
so
we
you can,
sometimes turn
just
the
so you can
lights
get out.
off and be like, it's time to go.
They have that one.
But I mean,
They have that one police light.
there's too many
that's
stories
it.
of people getting things happening in those dark
The same
side streets and
streets.
stuff like that. I wish they would light them up for at least an hour. Hey, look, bars close at 2. We're gonna light everything up.
Okay.
If you live in that tower right there, sorry, it's gonna be bright for an hour, but it's bright. People can get out.
That sounds like some tech in there. Somebody can create something right there.
I
Put
think
that out
I
there.
think
Put
it'd be
me in
cool.
on the patent.
Turn the lights on.
And it would probably be cheap too.
Yeah, it probably would not be expensive.
And it's funny you talk about tech because again back to my experience with the city. We work with a lot of high school students and some of our leadership programs specifically during the summer. And so we are often encountering things when it comes to safety because of our demographic or the people that we work with. Yeah. But I do think that as a community, there is a kind of shared responsibility that we could communicate with each other in ways of strengthening things across the board. And when you said tech, it brought to mind a student that we had who, super bright kid, visual artist, won I don't know how many painting contests, had work exhibited before he graduated high school, but he was really smart, ended up getting a full ride to MIT, graduated early, convinced Grubhub to let him office out of Oak Cliff so that he didn't have to move to New York because he wanted to come back home. But he used that time with Grubhub to develop an app that anonymously, and you're going to have to forgive my ignorance, but it was almost like anonymous geo-tracking when you're at a public event. And so he had gone to the Astroworld concert where that accident happened. Yeah. And so something went off with him where he was like, the communication was terrible. Security didn't know what was going on. People were just standing there. If there was a way where we could understand something is happening, we don't know, but we know that we at least need to go, right, or some attention needs to be paid. All in all that to say that he created something out of a need and saw something, addressed it, and found a way. Now, it might not have been a solution to the problem, but it was definitely a step in to say, hey, this is something that I'm worried about. I need to talk to other people, and other people might have other ideas. How can we create something better? Turning on some lights. If there's property owners, I'm sure outside of not wanting people around your building at a certain time, there are probably some proactive steps that you could take that surrounding business owners might want to help you out with and be reciprocal and, help me, I'll help you, because at the end of the day, we all have to live, work, and play here. And so I do think it's a challenge. It's difficult. But I think as far as everyone being on the same page, communication is key at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. I like the community responsibility. I think that's something that we can all share. And it's not just on the DJs. It's not on the venue owners. It's for everybody that's in this ecosystem. I want to dig a little deeper into this safety issue before we kind of wrap. But this has been super powerful. Let's talk about music types. We talked about that earlier, but with safety, do we feel, you talked about the incident at Astroworld, so is there a thing as a DJ, if you're paying a certain type of music, how do venues scale that? How does that affect the type of gigs you get? Open that up in a safe space.
I'll say it.
Talk to me about it.
The current music is bad vibes from the hip hop standpoint. The current music is bad vibes. The lyrics are bad. The energy, the frequency, not there. It's literally bad vibes. The trap music.
And you feel the behaviors that come from
It's-
that are,
yeah.
it's like music therapy, like just what's in the creation of music. I'm sorry, my music education hat is on now.
But that's a real thing. People think it's a joke, but it's not. Lyrics, frequency, drums, whatever you want to call it, the combination, it's just, if you go to, I'm not going to name drop these terrible places, but a certain place And it's song after song. It's talking about robbing and tricking and not. It has an impact. I feel like we'd have to be ignorant to not think that it has no impact at all. And especially when it's song after song about swinging on the person that look at you differently, and you're in a room full of strangers, and there's liquor involved, and everybody handles these elements differently. Plus whatever you got going on in your real life, it's a cocktail for disaster. And so, go ahead.
Sorry, and on the flip side of that, what I'll say is, like, there were plenty of instances. So I'm with a collective, the Faded DJs, and, you know, we all grew to create this group out of similar DJing vibes, but absolutely with the vibes. Also, I think there's the room of nuance where the DJ's ability to really read the room comes into play, because there were times when we had the top 4 bar sale records at Club Dada, top 4. And when we held our monthly parties there, it was mostly a black community that would come out. We'd have so much fun. It was our parties were super packed. But there were times when we'd feel some type of way because we were being told kind of chill out with this. And it's, well, we've figured out the way how we're not going to play Nuck If You Buck at 155.
This is what I'm saying. There's a curation. You're right. And I'm not saying like all trap music is bad. I also wouldn't consider Nuck If You Buck to be trap. That's a soul classic.
Yeah, no. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Exactly. That is a gospel hymn. No, but it's like it is the DJ's responsibility. I've literally played at Whippersnapper, and I saw something that looked like a tussle about to happen, and I cut off the music. Yeah. Other people do not care enough.
Exactly.
This girl a tip for that. I appreciate it.
No, yeah, security was like, damn, you security? And I'm like, yeah. Y'all about to be. And it was nothing. They were friends, but I cut off the music. I was like, y'all are good? And they were like, oh, yeah, it's our responsibility.
I mean. Yeah, no, for sure. And particularly in Dallas, and the things that me and some of my friends have seen, it's if for some reason we're doing a party like in the north side, we're not going to play music that we know is associated with this kind of thing. It's very difficult and complicated at times, but it's heavily nuanced. And yeah, like the DJ never gets the props that they really deserve because it's those understandings that they have when they do these.
The problem is there's too many DJs that have never been told, don't know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do.
Etiquette.
We have DJs that play song after song at 70 and 65 BPM, and they're all exactly what she's saying is that it's that drums and it's that rhythm that just makes you get aggressive. First thing to know is if you do that, you're going to mess up bar sales, which is probably going to mess up your money because people aren't dancing. They're being a little more aggy. So I say just learn how to mix it up and also pay attention to not only the people, but pay attention to the bar. Is nobody at the bar? Nobody buying drinks? Send them to the bar music. Then bring them back to the floor. Then make them do something else. You're in control. Just learn how to do it. But a lot of these DJs just think play every hot song that exists and don't think about anything else except that because I'm the star and I'm not thinking about you.
Yep.
That's not the case.
Yep.
We can be very happy if we learn to read the room.
I can also tell what kind of DJ I'm going to get because when I look at the flyer, if it says curated by or vibes provided by, if the DJ's name just listed on there, I'm just like, ugh. I don't know what type of experience, but usually those are like just small clues that I've used that, okay, that DJ is going to be conscious about the audience that they're playing to and then just really just trying to be unique and creative and
give an experience.
And I think that's what
not a shooting one.
And I think that's what people, whether you're a native to Dallas or you're a transplant to the area, I think that's what they really love about the DJ experience. And I thank y'all for digging into that one. That was probably a tough question there, but that's a part of us trying to reclaim the narrative, right? Because we want to own it. I don't think I've ever heard a DJ explain their proactive response to trying to de-escalate a scenario in a club. I've never heard that. Not that it's not happening, but of course, DJs, we just won't get, y'all just don't.
If you think about it, we're in the world most danger. We behind the booth.
And if you've never been hit as a DJ, let me remind you, it hurts a lot. Both.
In the EDM world, we do the plur thing. We try to avoid that a lot.
In my world, you get the wrong person that's too drunk that doesn't hear their request.
Oh.
And you made me think of another rapid fire question. How many requests do you typically get in one gig? People back off. They know what they're
maybe
doing.
4 to 5, but my preference is, hey, if they go, hey, do you take requests? I go, depends on what the
That's
request
exactly
is.
what I said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
That's right.
Sometimes it's good.
If it's great, I'm like, thank you. If it's bad, I go, I know, play that here.
I'll be like, we'll get to it.
No, we're not getting
We'll
to
get
it.
Especially if it's really bad. I'll be like,
I don't lie. No, we're not getting
Come
to
out
it.
with the 20. Sir, this does not
Now,
guarantee.
maybe 100.
You have a price? You have
I do have a price.
Listen,
I
don't
played
we
country
all?
for 200 once.
Country.
Wow.
I,
Love it.
I slid it in there.
It's on the board.
I gotta get some country music.
Cool. I want to go back to this community responsibility as we close up this conversation. What can we, the community, the audience members, the patrons, what can we do to help support DJs and some of the trends and improvements that we feel Dallas needs to continue to make our experience vibrant?
I would say it doesn't always need to be a headliner playing in order for you to go to the venue. We have fire DJs in Dallas. A lot of times they're better than the headliner, just saying. But really support your local DJs. There are some all local DJ lineups. There are so many of them. I try really hard to be a part of the EDM community, and I went to Spadis's hip hop and at the Ruins party. It was amazing. It brought me back to my Houston days because that's what I only used to listen to was hip hop. I would just say really support your local DJs. They are incredible,
Love that.
and that's an understatement.
Anyone?
Just I completely agree with that, and I think my kind of version of that is showing up. So if you like a DJ, show up. If you want to advocate for a DJ, you can show up on an Instagram post that you can like. You can tell a friend, yo, this DJ's dope. You can also tell people, depending on the position that you're at in the city of Dallas, whether you're a patron or you frequent a business, you're like, yo, y'all had a DJ. I really like that DJ. That kind of word of mouth goes a long way.
Open your ears. Take time to listen to a little bit more than walking into club, bar, venue, whatever, and going, oh, he's not playing, she's not playing the hottest thing right now. I'm going to walk out. Open your ears, sit, listen, enjoy the venue. Give it at least 30 minutes, people. I'm really hate it when I see people just get turned off real quick when they don't even give more than 5 minute opportunity to see where this person's going to go. DJs tell a story.
Yeah.
Listen for a minute. Other things I'd say is there's a lot of cool DJ crews, and again, we should be about building community. Follow DJs, follow their crews. You will find more venues, and you'll find more places to go.
Yeah. All of the things. In addition, maybe if you're the friend that loves music and you have the friends that be on their phone, encourage them to be present at these parties because, you know, like the one moment when it's a song and you get it on camera and then you're disconnected, like bringing back that party enjoyment, dancing energy involves disconnection from the outside world. So if it's you, encourage your friends to be present. And if it's not you, be present.
Love that. Love that. Before we sign off today, we want everyone to stay connected with us. Follow us on social media at 24 Hour Dallas. You can also visit our website at www.24hourdallas.org and consider becoming a member and helping us do amazing work like this. Individual membership is $25, and business owners and operators, it is $100. And we're having some amazing events throughout the year. We offer trainings on de-escalation, on guest customer satisfaction. So we're doing a lot of things to advocate for a positive narrative that makes the nighttime vibrant, inclusive, and safe for all. But before we go, can y'all share your Instagrams and how people can contact you? Where can they see you play in the city? We'll go this way.
Okay, so I'm Fab Roc. You can follow me at FAB_ROC_. I do a monthly at Lady Love on the last Tuesday. It's a neo soul night, and I'm just bouncing around after that. That's my only like solid residency right now. But you can follow me. I post everything on there.
Sweet.
Hi, go by M Knight. My Instagram is at M_KNIGHT77. I DJ every Sunday at the People's Last Stand at Mockingbird Station, and I bounce around different bars, but I post my venues on my Instagram.
I'm going to shout out the crew, Faded DJs, FADED DEEJAYS. The guys are all over the place, from Tiny Victories to Tyler Station, downtown, Deep Ellum, Oak Cliff, all over the place. Also got to shout out Oak Cliff Cultural Center, at Oak Cliff Cultural Center. We do a lot of work with DJs all over the city, so that's another thing that we really like to do is bring those DJs that we know from the nightlife into non-traditional spaces or other kinds of presentational events that we share with the public to amplify again that nightlife.
I am DJ Casie Farrell. You can find me on Instagram at CasieFarrell1 at Instagram.com. Or you can find me on SoundCloud at Casie Farrell. I know it's spelled weird. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You can find me, at the Henry, at Casablanca, at Elephant East. I play there every single month. I also play at Millie Bar fairly regularly. Jack's House, Voltage, Portal. Yeah, it just depends on the weekend.
Love that.
We're
love
around.
that.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been a wonderful conversation. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Y'all viewers out there, make sure you follow them and give them the support that they need because they're doing some amazing things here in the city of Dallas. And thank you for viewing tonight and tuning in to this conversation. We want you to stay safe and remember that the nighttime is for everyone.